It's all fun and games until you make millions of dollars from it. Lacoste went from jokingly branding his shirt with a crocodile to making millions of dollars selling clothing with crocodiles on it. This is the story of legendary tennis player René Lacoste, who founded the luxury brand. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates. Let's get started. Early life. René Lacoste was born in Paris, France, to upperclassmen Jean-Marie Magdelaine Larollet and Jean-Jules Lacoste on July 2, 1904. René wanted to play tennis professionally when he was 15, but his father, Jean-Jules Lacoste, wasn't interested because he wasn't as good as the pros. René lost her debut tennis match at Wimbledon. These findings angered him because of his father's drive. Next year was his first U.S. competition. His fourth-round loss to Cecil Campbell was close. He played in the Davis Cup in France in 1923. John Barotra defeated René at Wimbledon in 1925. René defeated John Barotra again in the Wimbledon finals after winning the French championship. His father finally permitted René to play tennis, but he lost the French title to Enrico Shea the next year. In September 1926, Jean Barotra defeated him again in the U.S. Championship. The Daily Telegraph's 1926 tennis champion defeated Jean. How did René's love of tennis inspire Lacoste? René's tennis was unique. He played from behind. The U.S. defeated France in the 1926 World Group Final. American journalists were amazed by the previous tournament. Bill Teald, known for his undefeated tennis streak, was the best American player. Bill Tilden's World Cup semifinal opponent, René, surprised everyone and Bill lost to René. The American tournament press dubbed René Crocodile for his remarkable skill. The squad lost the finals, but this victory boosted their chances of winning the cup the following year. René defeated Bill again in the World Group Final. René loved his French crocodile nickname since it reflected his tennis fury and reluctance to give up on his prey. Later that year, the Davis Cup captain promised René a crocodile skin suitcase if they won a crucial match. Robert George embroidered René's blazer with his distinctive crocodile. Tennis fans noticed his confidence and blazer in his next match. Lacoste brand launched 5 years later. René has trained since childhood and found long-sleeved button-up shirts uncomfortable. He designed the first official tennis uniform. For the 1933 game, René persuaded André Gillier, the owner of the greatest French knitwear maker, to embroider the crocodile on the front of his tennis shirt. They expanded their t-shirt company, Lacoste Sport. René clothes got more and more famous, but they couldn't get a Lacoste license in the U.S. Lacoste and an American investor named Eisen started Eisen Lacoste in 1950. Lacoste started making colored clothes around 1970, after working with Eisen in 1950. The United States was a big market for Lacoste clothing. 7 years later, the U.S. started a sportswear brand called Le Tiger to fight with Eisen Lacoste. They both made comfortable athletic wear. They chose an animal other than the crocodile, but it was too hard to beat the success of Lacoste sportswear. Other sportswear companies in the U.S. started making shirts and logos that looked like those of Lacoste to boost their own brands and the value of Lacoste. René was the first brand spokeswoman for the Lacoste brand, but the brand grew even more after she left. Even after he quit tennis in 1932, he didn't choose a friendly animal for Lacoste's image, which he said was a big part of its success. René kept making innovative sports equipment in the 1960s. He made a steel stick that was the first of its kind and was used by Jimmy Connors and other top players. In 1964, Bernard Lacoste, René's son, took over the business. He was in charge of the relationship between Lacoste and Eisen, but in the 1970s and 1980s, teenagers stopped calling the shirt Eisen Lacoste and started calling it Eisen. But putting the two names together was still profitable until Eisen Lacoste's parent company, Crystal Names Incorporated, got too deep in debt from its other businesses. To pay off its bills, the company tried to split Eisen and Lacoste. However, Crystal had to sell its half of Lacoste back to the original French company, and Izod was sold to a different company in 1993. Lacoste ended its deal with Izod when it got the exclusive right to sell its own shirts in the US again. Lacoste Future. Crocodile, a Chinese firm, helped Lacoste resolve their brand identification dilemma in 1990. After this, Bernard Lacoste determined the company needed new management to grow. Lacoste died at 92. The company mourned its founder but moved forward. Lacoste changed design directors from Gil Rosier to Christophe Lemaire in 2000. This choice re-established Lacoste as a luxury fashion and sportswear brand. Lacoste expanded into footwear, eyeglasses, leather goods, lingerie, perfume, towels, and watches under the new administration. Michael Lacoste took over the company from his ailing brother Bernard in 2005. Michael had worked for the company with his brother for years and could continue the tradition. Bernard died on March 21, 2006, and the company mourned another president. After Michael took over, Lacoste licensed its trademark to other companies, but that changed after a few years. Today, Thailand and China make Lacoste polo shirts under license. Devonlay now licenses Lacoste clothing internationally. The company expanded and created an e-commerce site for the US market in 2007. By 2010, Lacoste had begun enlisting celebrities as brand ambassadors, including tennis player Novak Djokovic, who was named the new Crocodile. Novak began a 5-year brand ambassadorship in 2017. The Lacoste crocodile emblem represents the brand today. Millions of various social media users follow the brand. The René Lacoste Foundation supports school athletics and gives kids a sense of community. That's it for today. Please like and share our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates. Thanks for watching.